started too early. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Neo East and Jam Show. This is Jam Sessions. My name is Neo. We have East.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks for showing up.
All right, and we have Jam.
Jazz hands, many jazz hands.
Okay. So, tell you a little bit about us. We're three friends from high school, very different opinions. We talk about everything from politics, health, pop culture, sports, you name it, we're going to talk about it. Now, Jam Sessions works a little different, sort of like a jazz band. What we're going to do is we're going to start off with Jam. Jam's going to start us off, and then we're just going to let the conversation flow, see where it goes. Who knows what we're going to talk about. We'll also be taking your comments online, and you can kind of drive the flow of the conversation. All right, so we want to see you posting on Facebook comments section, and you can hit us up on Twitter at the NEJ Show. So, Jam, I'm gonna turn it over to you. Actually, I'm gonna ask a question first. Got a question for you guys.
All right.
Are you ready? So,
Bring it.
all right. So, if you could. All right. Wait a minute. All right. So, what's the favorite place of all the places that you've traveled? What is the favorite place that you've been to?
Beside your mama's house?
I'm sure you enjoyed that.
It's a good trip.
How often? How often do you enjoy this?
Precautions were taken. Gloves, mask. Oh, East, you first. I gotta think about this.
Favorite place you visited?
Favorite place, I would have to say, it's going to be simple. Rehoboth Beach, Delaware.
That's the favorite.
It's got a lot of
places.
sentimental,
Okay.
I'm going to make up a word, sentimentality associated with it.
I've been feeling. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
It's really the first place that the family went out on a vacation, and we just loved it, and we just kept going back.
Okay. All right. Jam?
All right. I'd have to say the deep dark woods in Maryland. Several bodies out there. Oh, sorry. How about I have to say one of my favorite places is Crater Lake, Oregon. One of the most beautiful places I've ever been. Extinct volcano, freshwater lake in that volcano. It's like 22 miles around. You can bike it, hike it. It's just beautiful. It's beautiful.
Okay. All right. So I'm going with, I don't know, it's kind of a tie for me. I think I'm going to go, it's kind of a tie between Paris and San Francisco. I don't know.
What?
I'm torn between.
How are Paris?
Wow.
I'm not here to judge you.
I love San Francisco. I don't know. It's one of my favorite cities to visit. It's a beautiful place to visit. It's a lot of fun. So I'm torn. Although Paris is amazing as well. I love the.
Did you walk around? All right, both of them, or did you because I know Paris, you got to travel public transportation or personal, but were you able to walk around more in Cali or what? Which one?
I think I was able to get around more at the time.
Okay.
It's a long time since I've been to Paris, but I don't know. And then I enjoyed Venice too. So I don't know.
What? You just added the third one?
I just threw it in there.
We doing top three now? What's going on?
Just go with it.
So I'd like to add the moon, Spanish Harlem, Wilson Senior High School, the bathroom,
At Tillytown Metro Station.
Right. Post shooting.
I remember that.
Woodrow Wilson Gym.
Anyway, all right. So one rule: no cussing. So what happens if we're cussing, Jam?
if we cuss 3 times in one episode, the offending person has the other 2 non-offending people write an entry that goes on their Facebook page in honor of our current president.
And they're great letters. We fell in love.
No one can say it better than the man himself.
So, East, 3 times, write a letter to this dude.
Lovely.
Not happening.
I would call him a
On my
bad
end.
but, I can't.
He writes the best letters. He writes the best letters. He spells them the best. All
He
right.
wrote me beautiful letters. And they're great letters. We fell in love.
Yeah, you fall in love, brother. All right, Jam. So,
I've been feeling. Oh, sorry.
all right. So, we got any shout outs from last week or from Sunday's episode or anybody new on tonight?
Well, definitely want to give shout outs to our thank yous. We got Troy. Thank you, Mr. Production Neo. Thank you, Ayana again. Ty, Mel, C, La 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 La. Special thanks from the man in E. I mean, the man in red. My bad.
Ruben and Robin online right now. Checking out.
Oh, what's up, Ruben?
Oh, okay.
What? Talking about welcome to the factory. All right,
All right.
let's get smoking.
Let's go with it.
All right. So, as you all know, one of the things we do. Whoa! There's an earthquake. Justin.
We're okay. We're okay.
How are the children? All right. So, Insecure.
All
This
right.
past Sunday. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Yeah. Let
Definite
me throw
spoiler
out this
alert.
promo real quick. Let me throw out this promo.
I don't think I want to go to this thing. I mean, what do you even wear to a block party in January?
In LA, what you wear any other time, it is 75 degrees.
What's the point of saying it if you don't end up doing it?
I wanted to create a space to support and uplift our community.
The difference in me, it's a tragedy.
Today is not about oppression. Get her ass down.
That chick, tryna do it right when I pull up with my face.
Yeah. Hey, bro. You hear it's supposed to rain? You worried? Shut up, Amar.
Yeah.
All right.
Good episode.
Definitely. So, I'll start with a basic, easy one for y'all. Where was Lawrence?
Oh, that's right. I didn't realize that.
Where was Lawrence?
He was MIA. I guess because Nathan was on there this time. Nathan showed up out of the blue.
Right.
Ghosted.
Well,
Yeah,
he
I
was
guess
the
they're
reason.
alternating.
What'd you say?
Wasn't he part of the reason that the what's his name showed up? The headliner?
Oh, Schoolboy.
Yeah.
Q? Oh, the one that came in. What was his name?
Yeah.
Oh God, was it Wayne Sprinkles or something?
He's actually an actual rapper. I had to look him up.
Tekashi 6ix9ine. We figured all of them were actually like local talent or
They
something.
probably were. All right.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
Like they didn't look like just people they literally pulled off the street.
Yeah,
But yeah, I was surprised Lawrence didn't appear in the episode. I thought this would have been a good opportunity to add some drama to the. Either are they going to get back together, or what's going on with
Right.
with between him and Issa, and then I guess Condola not dropped the hammer, but she said early in the episode, right?
They broke
She
up.
dropped the mic on that relationship.
yeah. So no more Condola and Lawrence. But
Right.
you would think that he'd show up. Or
Right. Especially since he was emojiing 2 episodes ago at the end. Emoji, smiley face, enjoy the dance. So yeah, I was a little. Condola showed up. So what about old Boo, Nate Dogg? What about Nate Dogg? What? Anything there, y'all? What do you think?
You know, maybe I don't know. You said it a few times that Issa's kind of maturing, so maybe she is starting to mature, and that's what we're starting to see from her. Because maybe they're just going to be friends. Maybe she's not just trying to get with anybody. You know.
Well, I mean, what you got, Book?
I'm about to say, at best, like Neil said, friends. I don't see like a intimate relationship or boyfriend girlfriend or whatever, however they term it. But I don't know. Like Neil said, I just reemphasize it. I think good friends, maybe develop their relationship and then go from there, but not anything intimate. That's my estimation. She
definitely sent him home wounded puppy. That last shot. You want me to stay?
Right. It doesn't feel like anything's there. I mean, at least it got her a headliner. So,
True.
But what about the way she got her headliner?
I thought it was clean.
So, Ish, you want to explain it? How she got her headliner?
How she got the headline with Nathan and
what is
Molly's boyfriend, Anthony.
Is that his name?
They're friends.
Andrew. It's Andrew.
Andrew. Thank you. Nathan and Andrew are friends. So when Molly rejected Issa's proposal to talk to Andrew, she went to Nathan. And like she said in the during their discussion, I didn't involve Issa didn't involve Molly in securing the headlining act, which I think from Issa's perspective is what Molly wanted, or at least what Molly stated, which was she's working on her relationship with Andrew, so she wanted to stay out of it. So Issa went through another channel.
So you think it was straight? I mean, you think it's the right thing to do if Molly's not feeling it and she's not happy or not willing to seek him out, she found another alternative. So you think that's good?
Yeah, I think based on the information that Issa received, I think it was the right thing to do. I'm not seeing the issue that why Molly blew up.
Oh yeah.
Well,
so
let me take that back. Let me take that back. I think I understand. I'm trying to see, when we have this discussion, I'm trying to remember being late 20s, early 30s.
Mm-hmm.
I can't answer as a mid 40-year-old person.
That's true. How old are you?
So,
wow, you're so much older than the rest of us.
Hey, how'd you even get into high school?
I keep telling you.
You must have stayed back a few years or something. Like
I brag
at least 10 or 15 years.
I brag about it on these episodes that I have my AARP card.
Be careful. You'll knock over your Geritol. Be careful.
All right. And what about you, Jan? You think it's clean?
I mean, I think it's as clean as can be. I mean, you can take Molly's "don't touch my relationship" stance, but if that's the stance, then okay. How did Molly meet Andrew? Like, I don't remember exactly, but Issa was dating Homeboy. Homeboy knew Andrew. We were all up at the same house. Although I don't remember exactly. I mean, come on.
She doesn't have the exclusivity to Andrew. I mean, just because it's her man. I mean,
and Andrew's cool.
I just want to say, though, it is kind of a, when you go after, like, if you guys were to go behind my back and try to work out something with my wife without talking to me, or if I rejected or said I'm not interested, I don't know, I might get a little offended. I might get offended. I said, I'm trying to work on some things, and you tried to work out with one of her friends to talk to her, and then I might be a little offended.
Hold on. Wait. First of all, why are you lying to these people? You said you might get offended?
Right.
Okay. I might be understating.
I might be, Your Honor, I might be slightly put out. in a certain manner.
I'm understanding a little bit, but the point is, I'm somewhat understanding of Molly's stance on this. Although, I think she handled it poorly. No way you handle it there.
Right, like that. She's straight. She was about to go to blows till somebody else beat her to it.
Yeah, I mean, this is her event. She put all this work and time, and you're gonna confront her about some issue in the middle of, her event.
Right, and Molly again, never said, can Annie up and say, good event, good job. It's all about Molly. It's just Molly.
She tried.
Molly.
I mean, she tried to give her some props.
Give her chicken.
She didn't really have time, and then by the time she realized Issa went behind her back, then she blew up. Right.
I mean, so if Issa so it was all about Andrew. So if she had gone around Andrew and found some other way to reach out to the dude, it would have been cool. That's what we're in agreement there, right?
Yeah.
It would have been 100% cool. Yeah.
Okay. So
if she had done that first, honestly, if she had done it first, talk to Nathan, to talk to Andrew before talking to Molly, that might have been more. I mean, once Molly said no, I'm trying to work on some things, trying to fix some things with my relationship. I think Issa should have backed off.
Oh, see, but
she was
I
in
mean,
a corner, though.
Right.
I mean,
a tough corner.
Yeah, she was in a tough corner because her headliner dropped out, and
gotta figure it out.
From her perspective, she was like,
she did.
I need, this is a one-shot deal. She's got no cachet in the community in terms of being an organizer. I mean, this is her one shot to get it right.
But Issa's argument, Issa's argument was that, you're supposed to be a friend. You're supposed to do for me, instead of worrying about this dude, and our relationship is supposed to be more important, right? But doesn't her argument, she's kind of contradicting herself, because her relationship with Molly should have superseded this event. If Molly says, I'm trying to work on my relationship with my dude, and I don't want to, mix business and pleasure right now, then Issa should have backed off and figured something else out.
But see, I think that goes to Molly's reason, like you said, for not doing it. If they're supposed to be girls, she'd have done it in the first place. And Issa wouldn't have had to be like, hey, like, that's part of being girls. So if she ain't gonna do that, then maybe they're not girls. Maybe Issa gotta do what Issa gotta do. Maybe, hey Mel, I'm gonna need that kickboxing class at 9 o'clock. I don't care what Neo see.
All right.
No, I was about to say, like, I think once there was that hint of desperation, and once she said that I'm trying to work on, I think Issa reasoned, well, as long as I don't use Molly, then it's okay. But once there's a little hint of desperation, you can rationalize almost anything.
That's true.
True.
Before we move on to the next one.
Okay, go ahead.
I was going to say, before we move on to the next one, I just want to shout out Mary Glenshaw, Van, Regina. What's going on?
Oh,
so what's up?
Okay. Thank you.
And I would like to say, what did y'all think about that accent? That the British accent?
Yeah, that was hilarious. That was
from
hilarious.
South Central London.
Right, South Central London.
That was hilarious. I have to admit, that was really funny. All right. So what's the next one? The next conversation? What are we moving on to?
Okay. All right.
What are we jamming to?
So, anybody familiar with the rapper Tekashi 69? Yeah, he's colorful. Very colorful.
Yeah. I'm familiar.
He was released from prison 4 months early over coronavirus concerns. He had a cough. And they released him. And in that first week he was released, he made $2 million.
Wow.
So, which I think is pretty impressive. Your first week being released. I'm saying, but that's not his claim to fame. Is his song with Nicki Minaj, Fifi. Now, the interesting thing, and the reason why he made our hot topics, is that he decided, for whatever reason, in his colorful self, to donate $200K to the Baltimore not-for-profit No Kid Hungry.
Really?
And the Baltimore not-for-profit No Kid Hungry said, no, we don't want your money. We don't like the lifestyle you represent.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
So my question to y'all is, what do you think of that?
Should they have declined it? Is that the question? Or
Yeah. Or anything else you want to run with?
I mean,
I don't know that decline. It depends on the purpose of the nonprofit. If the purpose of the nonprofit is to help kids,
No Kid Hungry.
I mean, help kids eat, then make sure they eat. If you got $200,000 to feed some kids, feed the kids.
I'm a little, if I can jump in, I'm just a little confused. He's from New York. Why the Baltimore Charitable Foundation?
In my research, I was unclear about why he chose them. He was in some gang related stuff. As far as I know, he doesn't have any direct connection to Baltimore like that.
I don't have to tell you guys, like, you know how Baltimore is infamous for no snitching? So maybe that goes down to the charity too. Like, hey, dude, you snitched, we don't want your money.
Maybe.
I can't say that for certain. I know some people from Baltimore. I know that no snitching code is fierce. They really believe that. It's serious.
Serious.
You know, maybe because Tekashi snitched on everybody in New York, it seems like, you know, maybe Baltimore's like, nah, we don't want your money.
He had to reduce his time. He had to reduce his time, and he got the corona, reduced it some more. I think he works for Trump. So
I'm surprised he's still. Well, I'm happy. I guess I'm happy that he's still alive. I mean, with the amount of people he snitched on. Like,
yeah, I was surprised myself.
I might have thought about staying in just to stay alive, but
where does he live? We don't know anymore.
All right,
not hard to find him with all those face tattoos.
Yeah. All right, let's keep jamming.
You know?
East, what you got?
All right, we got
East.
All right. Over the weekend, we touched on it on our episode on Sunday. The passing of 3 musical heavyweights. Betty Wright, best known for her single "The Cleanup Woman." She died of cancer. In doing the research for, regarding her life and background in music, I knew about her single "The Cleanup Woman," but I didn't know that in the 80s she became the first woman to own her own label and go gold on that label.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that either.
She, in the 80s and 90s, she was helping R&B acts and rappers, reportedly, down in Miami, get into the music business. She appeared to be a person that was reaching back to the younger generation to help get them on into the industry and, more importantly, get their business right, because it's very obvious it's the music business. A lot of people forget the business aspect of the music industry. She'll be missed, and it's a shame that maybe we didn't know enough about Betty Wright and her contributions to the music industry. Also, Little Richard. Good golly, Miss Molly, Tutti Frutti.
Actually, I thought he was already dead. I was shocked to hear that he just died. I'm not gonna
I didn't
lie.
know. I mean, I didn't realize. I knew he wasn't alive, but I wasn't checking for him either. I mean, I wasn't looking for Little Richard at the latest award show or anything like that.
I gotta be honest.
Um,
I had no idea that he was still alive.
I mean, but his musical accomplishments shouldn't go unnoticed. And that's the unfortunate thing about the coronavirus. These people aren't getting the coverage that they probably should have in the media.
Right.
I was reading in the in a Minnesota paper. Obviously, people who knew Prince and knew Morris Day said that they were heavily influenced by Little Richard. Also,
See that,
interestingly enough, Bob Dylan said he was influenced by Little Richard.
It's interesting.
I wouldn't have put those two together, but
I mean, he did say,
Bob
Little
Dylan-
Richard did say he was the real father of rock and roll, modern rock and roll. And that was one of his beliefs.
Yeah,
You know?
strong belief.
So,
Yeah,
and
so,
clearly, if, you know, go ahead. I
yeah,
just wanted to insert my 5 cents.
Yeah, I mean, told Prince that he was the first one to start wearing purple on stage. Hey. And then finally, I think relevant. I think relevant to us in terms of, you know, when we're in school and coming up is Andre Harrell. Coming up in junior high school and high school, he was the founder of Uptown. They had Heavy D, Guy, Mary J. Blige, Jodeci. At one point, Christopher Williams. They had a stacked lineup, and if you look at who came in that second generation, like after Guy and Jodeci, it's like Timbaland, Missy Elliott, Aaliyah, kind of from that Jodeci string, because Devontae Swing was their producer, and and also too, he was Puffy. He was the intern at Uptown, and Puffy kind of got his start there, and then Puffy, got fired. But then Puffy brought along Notorious B.I.G. and Craig Mack, and that whole Bad Boy record label. And although Andre Harrell fired him, it came full circle. Puffy owns Revolt, the TV station. He hired Andre Harrell.
I didn't realize he fired Puffy. I thought Puffy left on his own. He fired Puffy?
What you say?
I didn't realize he fired Puffy. I thought Puffy left on his own.
Yeah. Nah, I thought already he fired. We'll say when they mutually agreed to part ways.
Parted ways, okay.
Right. I think it depends on who you ask.
Right. But Puffy hired him at his TV channel. So, however they broke apart back in the early '90s, they didn't burn their bridge to the point where Puffy hired him back. It's a musical. A lot of people going through school and just born, being raised in that age, remember those hits from, the artists like Jodeci, Mary J. Blige, Father MC.
Heavy D. Don't forget Heavy D.
Yeah, definitely Heavy D. Yeah. So the guy was a musical giant. No disputing it, in my opinion. So it's, it's a shame. But
I think Babyface
I'm not sure of how he died either.
Yeah, I think Babyface had an event he was supposed to do, and he couldn't do it because of his sadness for the loss of Andre Harrell. So, rest in peace, all three of those.
Definitely.
Yeah,
definitely
rest in peace.
Excellent shout out.
They'll be missed.
Definitely. All right, next one. Let me jump to one. All right, so we'll go from rest in peace to, did you hear about this? Twitter calls police on mom who taught her toddler stripper moves on Instagram. Heard about that?
I have not.
You've not heard about that? Okay. Well, of course, at the Neo
It's in Florida,
show. We got video. Let's do it.
Whoa, girl. Woo! Okay, can you hold there?
Doing it through the ceiling.
Okay, sit on me now. Yeah, sit on me.
Oh no.
Okay.
mean-
Hey! Okay, now put your arms up.
Is this appropriate?
You can sit on me. Look.
You gonna take
How
this
you
first?
raise your children?
I mean, is this appropriate? I just need to know. I'll go with East. Come on, somebody talk.
I can't condone this. I mean, there's nothing. First of all, there's nothing from what I saw. I don't believe there's anything illegal.
No, I
Yeah,
wouldn't
'cause-
say there's anything illegal.
Yeah.
So yeah, calling the police, of course, that that might be.
Yeah, what happened with that?
Oh, nothing.
We're gonna need a show.
Uh,
Oh,
I think calling police might have been over the top, but
Yeah, there's nothing the police are going to do because actually the the mom is in more danger than the toddler because if the baby falls, the toddler will fall right on the mother, so the mother's actually protecting.
yeah, so it's not a danger issue. I think this had more to do with appearances.
It's shocking.
Apparently,
It's shocking.
I was reading she is actually a stripper.
I mean, if you can do it, and you can do it safely, you do
My
what
thing
you
is,
do.
don't post it on
She know.
Twitter.
Right. That's my thing.
Don't post
Why
it.
are we posting this? What's the point?
Like,
It's an exercise
Like, you gotta
class.
do
What to do with your children?
I mean, there are people that do stripper poles for exercise, but this might be over the top.
that's just a bad look, man. There's such a thing as bad optics. Like those are horrible optics. It's almost like
you don't like the light. You don't like the lighting. Okay, I understand now.
it's almost like you're encouraging your child to go to the pole at an early age.
Yeah.
But and some people don't understand the strength to take. Like I understand the exercise, like it's good exercise.
So let me ask you
But
this:
when
if
you
she
add a baby to it,
Yeah.
come on, man.
now, if she was wearing a leotard or like some yoga pants, would this be, less concerning? Other than a G-string?
Be a little more acceptable.
Really?
But once you
Her
add a
clothing
pole
makes
to
a
the
difference.
equation,
Are they see through, or are they like full?
So
Sorry, go ahead.
So
Go
you're
ahead.
telling me the clothing is what makes the difference? 'Cause that seems a little sexist to me.
Oh, wow. That was a glove. I just saw a glove get a spandex glove get thrown down somewhere. Where'd that go? I think again. I'm gonna put in. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Jam, go
Go
ahead.
ahead, Jam.
So I still think it's not something that we necessarily approve of, but it's again, if that's what Mama knows, no matter what she's wearing. I mean, if somebody watches you do a video or whatever, it's what you're doing with your kid. It's time. It's family time.
Some people play Uno, some people play Scrabble, some people slide up and down the pole. I mean, what you gonna do?
All right, Jam.
Like,
Let's move on to
They
the
gotta be from Florida, though. They gotta be from Florida.
Jam,
I'm
this
concerned. I'm concerned. This is the second stripper pole we've seen from Neo.
What are you talking about? You know what? If my wife hadn't pointed out to me earlier today, I would not have even thought about it. I didn't even know about this.
I'm not sure I can hear you. You're breaking up.
Oh,
So I take no responsibility.
okay.
My wife actually told me about this. I had no idea otherwise.
I didn't know about it.
Go ahead, Jam. What's the next one? Where are we going next?
All right. So, Rand Paul wanted to let the America's doctor know something today. And I think we have the live clip.
We do. I'll bring it up.
We ought to have a little bit of humility in our belief that we know what's best for the economy. And as much as I respect you, Dr. Fauci, I don't think you're the end all. I don't think you're the one person that gets to make a decision.
I have never made myself
Not
out to
the
be
end all.
the end all and only voice of
saying he
this.
was the end all.
I'm a scientist, a physician, and a public health official.
Right.
I give advice according to the best scientific evidence.
Yes.
I don't give
And
advice
he may
about
be-
economic things. I don't give advice about anything other than public health. You use the word we should be humble about what we don't know. And I think that falls under the fact that we don't know everything about this virus. We better be careful if we are not cavalier in thinking that children are completely immune.
That's right. Preach. Thank you.
First off, thank you. Thank you. Right. But first off, I would like to point out that I am not sure Robinson Crusoe should be the one questioning him. Second.
That's a good
Dr.
year.
Fauci is probably a pole dancer. I'm done. What do you guys think about that clip?
I mean, Rand Paul is a doctor too. Why are you discounting his expertise?
He's an
I
idiot.
mean, Rand Paul.
Because
His priorities have drastically changed. That's why.
Because much like the Tooth Fairy, that Bama ran around spreading coronavirus
That's right. He did.
and had the nerve to drop that afterwards. Come on, man. Ah.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
ridiculous.
What you got, Neo? What do you think?
Oh yeah, no, I think he's wrong for it. Fauci, like I said, Fauci put him in his place. He put him in his place. He told him, hey, look, you're gonna be cavalier about it. You're fine. You're gonna find out that we have other issues. Actually, I was reading that apparently 15 states are investigating deaths of children that might be related to coronavirus. That they're not certain.
Now that they
Yeah.
know the extra details about how it affects them?
Yeah, because it's an anti-inflammatory, something like Kawasaki's disease. So they're investigating all of those unknown deaths, and they believe it might be related to coronavirus. So if we start finding kids are dying from this, I think everybody's thoughts will change.
If I may,
That's a good call.
another on a tangential point.
Yep.
About 2 or 3 years ago, Rand Paul got into a fight with his neighbor.
I remember that.
His neighbor broke 3 or 4 of his ribs. I see why.
So we calling him an a-hole? I'm not paying $20.
We're calling him a
all I know
catastrophe.
is-
Although I want to call him what I want to call him.
Yeah. All I know is that the charges, I believe the charges were dropped against the neighbor. And after seeing that and many other performances by Rand Paul in interviews and during some of these congressional hearings,
Mhm.
I see why somebody might want to break his ribs.
East, his name is Caruso. Robinson Caruso. Now, on to the next hot topic.
You got something?
Yep.
Yeah, I think Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey is on to something with his decree that the employees can stay home forever and
Oh,
continue to
yeah.
work even after.
The Twitter CEO, right?
Yeah, the Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey announced, I believe it was today or yesterday,
I saw it yesterday.
that yesterday,
Mhm.
that even after the pandemic is over and the restrictions are lifted, if you can do your job from home, you can continue to work from home forever.
Totally makes sense.
Whoa.
Stay.
Totally makes sense. I have a job. I'm in IT. I mean, everything that I was doing at work, sitting at a desk, I can do here in my home exactly
By
the
definition.
same.
By
Exactly
definition,
the
being
same.
in IT.
The only difference was the computer is there versus here. That was the only difference in the work that I can do. So I have to get up in the morning, travel, deal with the traffic to do the exact same job in a different location.
Right. I've come across one guy so far who's like, they're gonna need more office space to socially distance people. No. No. What they're gonna need to do is let people stay home.
What's up, Manfred?
Just saying.
See you watching.
Oh, Manfred. Hey, Manfred. Yeah, I think this is going to have I mean, it only makes sense, like you guys are saying. I think one of the unintended consequences of the virus and restrictions is that employees are figuring out I can be as effective, maybe in some cases more effective, at home than commuting to work, being stuck in a cubicle or an office or anything like that. I mean, now it's like you've once you give something to somebody, it's hard to demand it back.
Right.
And
Well,
depending
one of
on
the
certain
things-
people's commutes, yeah, I mean, I don't. My commute's not even that bad. Actually, my commute was great, and I'm still would much rather stay at home and work and be
It is
productive.
10 minutes.
So
Why are you telling my business?
So what I
No, my commute is 10 minutes.
yeah.
Oh.
Like why you
Oh, mine was too. I admitted it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, some of us might have to drive a little bit more. Just hate. So, but one of the things they're also finding private companies are doing, especially, is installing. It's not quite spyware; it's monitorware on people's laptops.
Okay.
And so they're like, there's one that like if you go and you're away too long, it pops up a little thing on your screen. If you don't interact with the computer within 5 minutes, we're going to put you automatically on break. And there's other ones where the bosses are just watching their employees. So there is a dark side.
I'd still rather that than sit in traffic, get up in the morning, get dressed, spend all that time. I'd rather that.
Can't argue with you.
All right.
I mean, and hypothetically speaking, you can live in, I don't know, a lower cost area and still make a good bit of money.
Yeah, and I think property values are going to change drastically now because you don't have to live on some commuter route anymore. You may or may not have to live on a commuter route.
Especially if you work for Twitter. Shoot.
All right, we're going to jam to
Be
the
free
next
in
one. Montana. Let's jam to the next one. Let's go.
All right.
So, Mike Tyson, 53,
Woohoo!
trying to make a comeback. Let's see. Looks painful. I'm back.
Wait.
Yo, so is he coming back? You think he
One
can do
fight?
it?
No, man.
One fight.
I hope not.
Yeah, one fight.
You don't think
Nah,
53
man.
he can do it?
He's coming back. Him and Frank Gore on the field. Tom Brady is the ref. I'm there.
Apparently, he was talking to T.I. and he was saying something about he's thinking about doing some exhibition matches. So, he might do that, but I don't think he's going to make a comeback, a serious comeback. But I saw some video of Evander too. What East?
Evander looks worse.
Yes.
Yeah.
It looks horrible.
Now, if Evander's 57,
Yes.
Mike is 53.
Yes.
So they're both old
Yes.
for boxing. So if Evander even thinks about getting in the ring, they better have the corner right there because he might get
right. What movie is that where you see the bones crunch? It's like boom.
I'll say Tyson looked good though. Tyson looked really good. So.
Yeah, but Tyson gave one of the best quotes. Like everybody has a plan to get punched in the face.
Yes.
I mean, he looks great, but once he gets punched in the face, what's he gonna do?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, is he gonna feel that 53 when he gets punched in the face?
No, because he has that protective layer of gray hair to catch him if he falls. It also catches punches.
He's got supernatural. All right. Dan, what's up next?
All right. So here's an interesting one. For those of you who were bothered by Ahmaud Arbery or not,
I'm one of them.
an armed mob was led to a teenager's house.
Oh, yeah.
The teenager's name is Damon Shepard. This is in New Hanover County in Georgia. And the armed mob was looking for a shepherd, looking for a disappeared young lady.
Mm-hmm.
And so a sheriff's deputy was the leader of the mob. He was full gear, regalia, although he was not on duty. The mob was all white. The young man was black. They stood outside the door, demanded for the young man to come out. He came out. And although no violence was perpetrated, they had the wrong guy. They weren't even at the right house.
If I remember correctly, wasn't his mother there too? His mother was
there,
and
yes.
his mother declined to let them in several times because I think he's only 17 or something. I think he's underaged.
Yeah, he's in high school still.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. I mean, can you imagine you're at home and this mob of people with guns walks up to your house and tells you need to come out? Apparently, the sheriff's deputy kept putting his foot in the door to prevent them from closing the door. So they were like, please leave my property. I'm sorry, get out, and he wouldn't let them close the door. He said, we're going to come in and check. Eventually they figured out that this was the wrong person, the wrong home. But that's scary. And we shouldn't be doing this vigilante justice anymore. Especially killing people. What do you think, East?
Yeah, what you got?
I would just agree with your thoughts. Like that deputy should be charged with like burglary or something.
I think he was.
He was carried. They took him off.
Trespassing.
And he lost his job, if I remember what I read correctly. So.
Okay, so it's a little justice, but just the fact that they felt that it was okay to round up a mob.
Right.
And nobody said, "Nah, this is a bad idea." Yeah, that's a little terrifying.
Yeah, we gotta stop this. This has to stop.
It speaks to the tone, in my opinion. It speaks to the tone of where we are in America right now.
To your point, like you said, it speaks to the tone of where we are. I don't think it hasn't changed in several decades, if not centuries. It's like there's a certain mentality that it's okay to literally hunt black and brown people down in the street or go to their homes like animals. Yeah. And that's been reflected back in slavery times, during Civil War times, Jim Crow, civil rights, and even today. Ahmaud Arbery. That was they literally hunted that guy down.
Yeah.
And shot him in the street.
Literally.
And recorded
it. And had their boy recording it. Well, whoever was, right. I'm not sure, male or female, had somebody recording it.
It was a male. Thinking about charges against him too. All right. Yep. Let's jump to the next thing. What you got?
Kind of in the same vein, a Louisville EMT employee 2 months ago was shot and killed in her apartment by the police. Her name is Breonna Taylor. Her parents are bringing suit against the Louisville Police Department because the mother's saying that they went into the wrong person, that the person they were searching for was already apprehended. The claim is that they had when they broke in, her and her boyfriend were residing in the apartment together. Her boyfriend by the way, is a registered gun owner. So her boyfriend thought that there was a break-in occurring. So he fired at who he thought were the alleged perpetrators. And then the officers returned fire, and they struck her 8 times.
Oh my God.
And they killed her. This happened on March 13th in Louisville, Kentucky. And they're bringing civil suit against the department and the officers involved. And, you know, it kind of speaks to the Ahmaud Arbery situation, in my estimation. I mean, I don't know. It just seems like Black and brown people get killed, but non-Black and brown people, they are detained. They're allowed their day in court. You know, they're allowed to answer to the charges. You know, I mean, it's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate.
I mean, I think it's best illustrated by the fact that your last statement, they get to answer to the charges. There are no charges. The game is the hunt, not the result of the hunt. So we can't. There's no reason to go to step B when step A is where the mistreatment and the there's no way to describe it well. All the crazy takes place. That step A. Like it's all about what they feel like doing because there's a sense of ownership and yeah. So it's disgusting.
Yeah, and you said it was police, right? Shot her.
What you say?
You said it was police that shot her, right?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, the police. I saw a video yesterday where a policeman pulled out their gun in the middle of the street and shot a groundhog because it was coming at him. This was actually in Maryland. I actually thought about making it a jam session. But yes, I mean, I think these police are off the chain. They're pulling their guns way too quick. I mean, a groundhog.
See, here's what you guys have to understand. I'm pretty sure you understand it. A lot of these officers are scared. Like, a lot of these officers aren't trained to work in the communities where they service.
Perspective, yeah.
You know, they're you know, and I know people romanticize about back in my day, but there's a certain quality to that kind of officer who knew the community, who knew how to interact, and they knew when they were about to enter a dangerous situation how to kind of operate things so that the police don't want to shoot anybody. They want people to go to justice. But, you know, you got these people who have this certain idea.
I agree with you with most.
Thank you.
Most.
You get a 50% vote on that one.
That are psychotic.
Yeah, exactly. That's where I was going with it. There's just some who are crazy. And I don't know how they got past the psych test.
Yeah.
But
I don't know if they're giving one anymore.
Then it leads to a bigger problem about how it's hard to recruit officers. You know, so.
All right.
It's
so,
kind of a problem.
Got one more for you.
Definitely.
Actually, it's 2 clips, but one more topic.
Yeah, go ahead, please. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Said many times that the U.S. is doing far better than any other country when it comes to testing.
Yes.
Why does that matter? Why is this a global competition to you if every day Americans are still losing their lives and we're still seeing more cases every day?
Well, they're losing their lives everywhere in the world. And maybe that's a question you should ask China. Don't ask me, ask China that question, okay? When you ask them that question, you may get a very unusual answer. Yes, behind you, please.
I gotta show the whole thing, sorry.
Sir, why are you saying that to me specifically?
I'm telling you, I'm not saying it specifically to anybody. I'm saying it to anybody that would ask a nasty question like that.
That's not a nasty question.
Please go ahead.
Why does it matter?
Okay, anybody else? Please, go ahead in the back, please.
I have two
No,
questions.
it's okay.
But
We'll
you
go over
pointed
here.
to me. I have two questions, Mr.
Next,
President.
next, please.
But you called on me.
I did, and you didn't respond, and now I'm calling on
Sorry, I just
the
wanted
young
to,
lady in the back, please.
I just wanted to let my colleague finish.
Okay.
But can I ask you a
Ladies and
question,
gentlemen,
please?
thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
I can't take it anymore. Oh my god.
And he ran away.
Like a little low.
Man, this dude.
I really want to say it.
He ran away like a. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was
He ran
ridiculous.
away like an itch.
Yeah, like an itch. He had an
Okay.
itch. He had to.
First off, you two, your attitudes are from China, and I can't take it.
So actually, I have an actual question for you. Go ahead. Go ahead, East.
No. Go ahead.
So my actual question was, do you think that when he said China, when he referred to China, that he was saying it specifically because the woman was Asian and looked Chinese? You think he was picking on her in some way?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I can't. It's hard. He's such a goofball.
All right. See, now I want to point out when he was said, they're dying all over the world. It was because he really couldn't think of a response, right? And so then he just threw out China because he had no other response because he's an idiot. Like he can't think through a question and come up with a reasonable answer to it. So he just says the first thing out of his mouth. And I think what he was thinking was, I'm going to blame China. I don't know necessarily that he was looking at her and saying she's Chinese, so you need to go ask your people.
He just played his cards badly.
I just think he's an idiot. That's what I think. I just think he's a complete idiot. Now it's possible it influenced his thinking.
I think we're on similar pages, but yeah.
You guys are in the same chapter. You're in the same.
Well, in this vein, now I want to close out the jam sessions. I know we do not trying to start anything before we close out, but I just want to show this real quick because China clapped back.
December.
Strange pneumonia cases reported.
Roger that. January.
We discovered a new virus.
So what?
It's dangerous.
It's only a flu.
Wear a mask.
Don't wear a mask.
Stay at home.
It's violating human rights.
Building temporary hospitals.
It's a concentration camp.
Built in 10 days.
Show off.
Time to lock down.
How barbaric.
February.
It's overwhelming our medical system.
Look how backward China is.
The virus is killing doctors.
Typical third world.
It's airborne.
It'll magically go away in April.
Everyone stay at home.
Violation of human rights.
March.
Our numbers are now dropping.
Impossible. Look at Italy.
We wore masks.
You lied to us.
We made our data public.
You kept everything secret.
Your people are now dying.
You didn't warn us.
We said it was dangerous.
You lied.
April.
We said it was airborne.
You gave false data. Why didn't you warn us?
We said it was dangerous.
The virus is not dangerous, but millions of Chinese are dead. Even though the virus is not dangerous, we are correct. Even though we contradict ourselves.
Gosh, just listen to yourself.
That's right. You lied. We did nothing for 3 months. And because the WHO agrees with China, we're cutting funding for the WHO.
Are you listening to yourselves?
We are always correct, even though we contradict ourselves.
That's what I love best about you Americans. Your consistency.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that was straight from China. That's the Chinese government put that out.
Wow, they took the time to. Oh, okay.
Yes. Well, the media company associated with China. Let me put it that way. The Chinese government.
Okay, right. The Chinese government.
Right there. Right.
China what?
I mean, the only thing that bothered me, it was funny to me, but the thing that bothered me is they were using Statue of Liberty. They really should have used a big orange Fat Lego man.
Big Orange Statue of Liberty.
Big orange fat Lego man.
Yeah,
That's who
like
we're
why
saying.
not? Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised they just didn't get, like you said, just get a replica of Trump, Lego style.
I'm tired of Trump representing America. Oh my God.
Yeah.
All right. So that's all our jam sessions for today. All right, let's do this. All right. Before we close out, let's get a not trying to start anything but. Lisa's gonna ask us a question. We have no idea what it is, and we're gonna try to figure it out.
All right, fellas. I ain't trying to start nothing, but we still aren't going to see Trump's taxes. Even I don't care what the Supreme Court decides. They got 2 cases in front of them. One about the congressional subpoena, one from the subpoena from the state of New York. It doesn't matter. This man's taxes, I don't know where they are besides with the IRS. I don't know. They're going to try to get their hands. It's not going to happen. I don't have my hopes up. Your guys' thoughts? I don't think it's going to happen. It's not going to happen before November.
This dude has been able to manipulate, courtrooms and the legal system, and he's been able to do whatever he wants, even before he was a president. But now that he is the president, he's literally going to get away with whatever he wants. So yeah, he ain't seeing no taxes.
I have faith in the America, and so we will see them after November.
You think so?
It might be 4 years after November if he survives the next election, but we're gonna see him. It's just gonna be delayed. But my money is on. We will see them. It's like a 20-year bet.
Okay.
Wow.
I think they're on lock and key.
Yeah.
I think they're on lock and key. All right. So, looks like that's our show. All right. Another great show, guys. So
Definitely.
All right. So, let's close it out. Yeah. So, thanks for joining us.
All right.
Lost track of what I was doing.
Right.
Hasta luego.
Hey, it happens. It's live. It happens.
No, you meant to do that. That's okay, Neil.
Yeah,
Right.
And cut.
All right. Remember, if you haven't already, like, follow, subscribe, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at The NEJ Show, or www.nej.show. Make sure you love each other, avoid the hate, and we'll see you guys Sunday. You want to tell them the topic, Jam, for Sunday?
Sunday's topic is an exploration in 4 fingers.
Sunday at 4 o'clock.
Oh, thank you.
So we have some questions about homosexuality, specifically how it's expressed in today's society.
All right.
So if you guys would join us, we have
Sunday.
some awesome guests.
Another deep question. We'll have
Sunday.
Liz back. All right. Sunday at 4.
At 4 o'clock.
All right.
Right. Thank you.
All right, guys.
Guest
Do it
Sterling
right this
Washington.
time.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
All right.
Woo-hoo! Good to see you.